Y'all give it up for your host and MC tonight. He's been on the #1 live podcast in the world, Kill Tony, 3 times. He was a semi-finalist of the funniest in South Texas comedy competition. He's a Seguin native and a 3 local Seguin celebrity. He's been called the tallest man in the world if he's measured by confidence. Sancho, Pancho, Villa. Y'all give it up.
Les cuento de qué trata. Andábamos a pata, fumándole a la mata. Me enamoró la plata. No somos gente lacra. Hicimos lo que hizo falta. Fui por feria a la calle.
What is up, Seguin Schoolyard? Oh, baby. Hell, man. Gotta have anything better to do on a Saturday. It's crazy. Y'all were like, oh, I can bring my kids and get drunk? Hell yeah, let's get after it. Hey, at least that's what my friends said, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't a parent, you know. At least none to that I claim. You know what I'm saying? How many people here are from Seguin? Okay. Everyone in the back. In the back where you belong. Yeah. Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Hell yeah, man. If y'all aren't from Seguin, y'all wouldn't know. But this whole area actually used to be the alternative school for like, you know, the bad kids and stuff like that. I actually almost ended up here. It was crazy. I got caught selling porn in 5th grade. It was a pretty good hustle. I saw her when I was buying cookies at the bake sale at the end of the week. I was like, I can do that. And so I promised my dad I would never tell anyone it was his magazines. Love you, Dad. I think he's in the back, so I had no choice but to talk about that experience. Yeah, dude, but it's wild because a lot hasn't changed with the schoolyard. It used to look like a prison yard out here. And like they like followed suit on everything that used to happen here because they had me do a walkthrough and kind of like scare me straight. So like all the hood rats and all like the tortas and stuff like that would like hang out in the corner. And now they have like the hood rat snacks right there, the Fresons shop is crazy. Obviously, the fucking weed dispensary, obviously, we know who hung out there. Yeah, people like Paul, exactly, that's crazy. And then, you know, you got like the macaroni shop. There were macaroni noises in alternative school, but it wasn't no shop, you know what I'm saying? It's insane, man. You got like the shoe store, dude, but like, people would buy the shoes in the van in the alley next to it back in the day. It was crazy, dude. They really just followed the model. And a lot of people usually can't tell when they first look at me. But I am a veteran. Give it up for veterans one time. There you go. Yeah, man. I used to let the crowd guess what branch I was in, but every guess just kept hurting my feelings. So I'll just tell y'all, I served for 4 years in high school ROTC. Let's go. Yeah, man. I'm just kidding. I was in high school for 5 years. Dude, I used to be in the halls, bro. I was like a hall monitor sidekick, bro. I was like, hey, no running in the halls. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I was hot shit. And then one day in the cafeteria, someone yelled, ROTC stands for Rejects of the Campus. And I was like, that's a very unpatriotic lunch lady right there. Like, that's insane. No, but after high school, I went and I served in the Marines for 4 years. Let's go. Hoorah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy because I went into the Marines at 5'3", and I came out at 5'1". So I lost 2 inches where it really mattered. But, you know, it's not all bad. Like, there are some advantages to being short in the Marines. Like, for instance, whenever, like, my homies would, like, you know, be on, like, their elbows and knees crawling under barbed wire, I was just, like, slightly hunched over. Like, just going underneath that shit. Whenever we used to have to dig these fighting positions, these foxholes, right? Basic foxhole, 6 feet wide, 3 feet deep. And my homies would be in there with like their gear and their weapon all crammed up. And I would be setting up a hammock to like kick up my feet because I was like, yo, bro, we got so much room for activities up in here. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we would patrol through fields with tall grass, I didn't have to worry about snipers anymore. I would, however, have to keep my eyes peeled in the sky for like hawks and like other large predatory birds. Dude, crazy story. A hawk actually tried to pick me up one time. It got like 1.5 feet off the ground before it dropped me. I guess even Mother Nature was like, too much cholesterol. Another time I thought it was a hawk, it was just a very tall, slender gay man. Just circling me, dude. Hey, man. Either way, the hawk or the gay dude, they both thought I looked like a snack. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, baby. Hell yeah, man. Yummy! So, for those of y'all that aren't familiar with Hispanic terminology and don't know what Sancho stands for, I'll educate y'all real quick. Sancho is a term of endearment in the Hispanic community. It basically means side dude. But you know, we go by a bunch of different nicknames. You got side dude, you got work husband, work boyfriend. If you look in your girl's phone, I'm probably under Little Caesars. You know what I'm saying? Anytime she calls, I'm hot ready, baby. Let's go. When I work in the nice neighborhoods of Seguin, like Las Brisas or something, they call me the gardener. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like being a Sancho is kind of like being a substitute teacher. Because like I don't make the rules. I just show up and do my best. And I really hope that the main guy doesn't pull up while I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. People are like, well, what makes you a good Sancho? I'm like, bro, I'm 5'1" on a good day. If the husband comes home early from work, I'm out most average size windows. You know what I'm saying? And then like, if I'm in a hurry and like I'm messing with like some like ghetto girl, you know, like down the way, you know what I'm talking about. If y'all from Seguin, y'all know where I'm talking about, the projects. And they got like the prison bars on the window. I'm out that doggy door, baby. Woof, woof. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, dude. And then if I gotta like leave in a hurry and leave my shoes behind, like bro, like no one is worried about a size 7.5 shoe just sitting around. I think I still have Andy written on the bottom of like one of these shoes, dude. It's insane. So I am born and raised in Texas. Being this short, it's kind of surprising people from out of the state because like I thought everything was bigger in Texas. I'm like, let me lay down, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, give me a second. But I have this theory that I've kind of came up with. I feel like the lower the area code, the safer the city. All right, so like San Antonio, right? Military City, USA. As a veteran, I feel super safe there. Like everyone in San Antonio is a veteran, even the homeless. And I say that as a joke, but someone should really write their congressman. It's getting out of hand, dude. And then you got like Austin, 512. You know, Austin's a little weird, but like as long as you get off of 6th Street before midnight, before the crackheads are released, like you know you're safe. You got Seguin, Dirty 830, 830. Where I grew up, there was a trap house on every corner, and a trap house for you white people out there is not a cute nickname for an escape room. Unless you accidentally break into one. Then it becomes an escape room very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Dude's insane, man. And then, of course, you got 956. You got the Valley. I knew I was in trouble in the Valley when I didn't even leave the country and still had to go through a checkpoint to get back to here. That's insane. Like, bro, I knew I was in trouble when I saw a Chick-fil-A have a 3.4 star rating. I was like, what in the world? There was like Edgar's working the fryers. There was like 17 and pregnant behind the cash register. I was like, this ain't the Lord's chicken that I remember. You know what I'm saying? My pleasure indeed. Stuff's insane, man. I was on Kill Tony. So Kill Tony, for those of y'all that don't know, is a very, very big podcast. It gave me a lot of exposure. And it's wild because I've also been on this weight loss journey. So I'm down 25 pounds. I started at 199. Thank you. I'm down to 175. I think, or 174. I'm sorry. I have a Seguin education. I don't know math that well. You know what I'm saying? But people were like, oh, instead of saying, oh, why'd you quit alcohol? That was a big thing, is I quit alcohol for like 3 months straight, cut on calories, stuff like that. And so people were like, instead of saying, oh, was it like a health scare, like a religious reason? I guess I give the kind of energy, and they were like, you're on probation, ain't you? And I was like, nah, man, not me, dude. I follow all the laws. And the big thing was the Kill Tony comments are ruthless. This is one instance where bullying works, is with me and these Kill Tony comments. My 3 favorite comments. One, someone was like, oh, he looks like the dumb villain off of Spy Kids. That was pretty good. Another one was like, he's the hangman's worst nightmare, where's his neck? That was wild. And another one was like, oh, he's not from Middle Earth, where Frodo and the Hobbits are from. He's from Middle Mexico. So those were my favorite ones. So now, all the hate and discontent from that just, motivated me to get really fit and sleep with all of their partners. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not gay if it's in for revenge. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm not gay. My search history is. So, I was recently arrested. If you guys don't recognize me from Kill Tony, you may recognize me from Ken's 5, because my arrest kind of made the news and stuff like that. I was the guy that went on Facebook Live while the cops were like questioning me and stuff like that, because they saw that coming out of my car. I guess was the probable cause, but good cute. No, dude. So they stopped me because my top third center brake light was out, and then whenever the cop came up to my window, I was like, I've been fucking this guy's wife. So that's like just one of those things. And it's funny because I used to work at the jail. So when they were taking me into jail, the cop was asking me like my emergency contact information. And he was like, you got any tattoos? And I was like, yeah, I got your name on my ass. And that's a real tattoo that I got 3 years ago. But I thought that was like the nice, perfect moment to tell him that. And then I was just like roasting him, dude. Like, I was talking, they ask you like, are you a veteran? Did you see combat? Blah, 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 gang affiliation, all this stuff. And he smirked whenever I was like, I was in the Marines, served 4 years, this and the other. And I was like, what about you, Officer Collier? I'll say his name. I ain't scared of him. We're too close to the police station. I can't back down now. So, and he was like, oh yeah, I served. I was like, what branch? And he was like, in the Navy. And I was like, that makes sense, because only a gay dude would have brought me to jail. So I'm just like roasting him, dude. And I'm just having the time of my life. And jail was crazy. Jail, I like almost got married in jail. That was crazy. I had to like learn to like not drop the soap. I had to learn chow routines. I had to learn how to fend for myself. It was like the longest 7 hours of my life. It was, it was crazy, dude. We did start a little late, and so before I get out of here and before I bring up the first band, I do want to talk about the kind of women that I'm into, because contrary to popular belief, and ironically enough, I'm actually into taller women. But not for any like weird fetish reason. I just want to hopefully get one pregnant, so that way my kids have a chance at like a normal life. You know what I'm saying? Or can at least help me reach the top shelf. That'd be pretty cool. I'm tired of asking for help to get the Chick-fil-A sauce at H-E-B. Stuff sucks. But like tall women, they're hard to hit on. Like I remember I was hitting on this one super tall girl. She was like 5'4", and I'm hitting on her, and I'm giving her all the good pickup lines, right? I'm like, damn girl, you got a little Mexican in you? You want another one? You know what I'm saying? Giving her all the good pickup lines, like, dang, what's up? You could be Dora, I could be your backpack, you know what I'm saying? Like, hitting her with all the good pickup lines. And she looks down at me and she's like, boy, you're so short, you probably have to get a step stool to kiss me or do anything with me in the bedroom. And I'm like, that's a very weird way to ask if I keep a stepladder in my trunk, because that's why I park so close, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go, dude. On that same note, I do have an issue with tall men who use the short urinal in the men's restroom. Because now I gotta go in there and I gotta like tippy toe and like get my chimichanga over the rim. And I don't know how I would explain to my girlfriend that I got crabs from the men's restroom. Like, I just don't know how that conversation would go. But yeah, man, that's my time. Shit, are y'all ready to keep this show rolling? Are y'all ready to hear some music? Let's go. Yeah, man.